Welcome. It is a beautiful day today in Southern California. I just came back from eating the best meal here in Echo Park. If you're a traveler in SoCal, come and check this place out. It is super good. Sage Vegan Bistro Restaurant. Let's get started. Today, we're going to talk about pros and cons of being a healthcare traveler, whether you're a clinical laboratory scientist, a nurse, an OT, wondering, really want to get into this or not. Here is a list of pros and cons, being very authentic here and just giving you all the nitty-gritty that people just miss out when it comes to this stuff. So let's get to it. I got a whole list. We're going to start with cons. The first con is you can't start right after you graduate from school. You have to have at least a year experience. I know that for clinical lab scientists, you need about a year under your belt to go out and travel. If you are a nurse or an OT or a PT or a speech therapist, reach out to the agencies and ask them how many years of experience do you need before you start traveling. Typically, it should be 1 year. That's con number one. You cannot start straight off the bat. You gotta have some experience. Another con of being a healthcare traveler is if you're not on an assignment, if you don't have a contract, you're not getting paid. If you do take too long of a vacation, you're leaving money on the table. You're not gonna get paid. Try to know how long your vacations will take, whether it's a month or two. Understand that if you are on a vacation that's way too long, you're losing money, okay? Straightforward. That's another con that I've noticed in my experience. Also, another con is that if you are not working, you're not getting health insurance. Once you start working, depending on the agencies, they'll start you on day one. Once you walk into that facility, you are covered. Health benefits and dental, vision, all that stuff. But if you're not on a contract and you're not working, then you don't have those benefits. I would recommend to look at your own personal health insurance somewhere else if you want. That's just my recommendation and what I've experienced as a healthcare traveler. Another one is if you are calling in sick, you lose money. If you're not showing up to the facility, you're not gonna get paid, and they will take away a little bit of your housing, okay? So you're not gonna get paid for the hours, and they'll take away your stipend. And this makes a lot of sense because if you're on a contract, you gotta fulfill what the contract says and make sure you show up every single day. You also make sure you talk to your recruiter and ask them if you're paid for any sick time. For instance, I got COVID earlier in January of this year, and I was paid during the whole time I was out. And maybe that's because it was COVID, but you know, sometimes you gotta ask to see if these agencies or your recruiter can come through, so you can ask these questions and ask them, hey, if I get sick, would I get paid or will I not? How does that work? The next con is since your hourly wage is less, then you'll be contributing less to your Social Security and your disability and all that stuff. So, which makes a lot of sense, right? So if you're a permanent employee and you're getting paid like $90 an hour, then you're obviously contributing more to that stuff. But if you're a traveler and you're getting paid $40 an hour, then you're contributing less. So if that's not a big factor or a deal breaker for you, then you can do it. If that's a deal breaker for you, then you should reconsider being a healthcare traveler. However, when I talk about the pros, you'll probably reconsider that again. From my experience, that's what I've learned from the cons. And I'm just being very authentic, being open with you guys. So moving on to the pros, which is my favorite list of all. The reason why it is my favorite is because the first pro, I call it the double Fs. And the reason why I call it the double Fs is because it starts with freedom and flexibility. You have so much flexibility being a healthcare traveler. And the reason why is because you don't have to wait to accrue PTO, which is another pro. You don't have to go through that 90-day probation as being a full-time employee, which is another pro. So basically what I'm trying to say with this flexibility is that once you're done with this contract, once you complete the 13 weeks, you can take a month off, 2 months off, okay? You can take as long as a break as you want. Another pro from that is freedom. You have the freedom to choose when you want to be off. You don't have to wait and say, oh, I want to take next year off, let me request for these 2 weeks. No, that's freedom. You have the freedom to do contract after contract after contract. You know, it's really up to you. This is how you design your lifestyle, and this is why the freedom comes into play. You design your own lifestyle around this. You can extend if you want, and we'll talk about that later, how that works. And then go on vacation for like 2-3 months. Those are the pros. And another pro is you get a higher pay. All right, and the reason why you get a higher pay is because you are not living in your tax home during the time that you're on contract. Your tax home is basically where your income is. You are permanent at a hospital or any facility, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna go travel. And so you choose to travel to a different state or go across the country somewhere. So there goes the higher pay. That's what I mean, is that this pay stub is broken down in what I call the 3 buckets. And if you haven't watched my other video talking about how to start traveling, then go ahead and watch that. I kind of break that into details. There's 3 buckets is the hourly pay, your lodging, and your meal incidentals. So all that stuff is combined, and you get this one paycheck every single week. It can be $2,500, $3K every single week. If you're really smart with your money, then not contributing so much to your Social Security and other things that we talked about in the cons won't be a big issue. You can open up an IRA account. Now, I'm not giving you financial advice, but I'm just suggesting these things so you can think outside the box, right? Flexibility, the freedom, you get a higher pay. Reimbursements is a huge thing as well. So when you're considering being a healthcare traveler, and if you already are right now, which I didn't know when I first started, is reimbursements, okay? I remember when I got on the phone with this other company and the recruiter was like, yeah, so we do reimbursements. I was like, what? Reimbursements? She's like, yeah, you didn't know that? I was like, nah. They're like, oh, I can't believe this other person didn't tell you about this. I'm super glad that this recruiter's open and she was able to let me know all these things. So you're reimbursed for your California license. I just renewed my license in California 3 weeks ago. Paid my $179, sent the receipt, proof of payment to the recruiter, which then she will help you, or he will help you get the reimbursement. So I got my money back today. Today's Friday. I got paid and I got reimbursed for that license that I paid for. You get reimbursed for traveling to get to the facility, from your tax home to the facility. So if you're going from point A to point B, and in between that is 500 miles or 1,000 miles, then according to the IRS, I don't remember what the number is, but it's like 50 cents a mile or something like that. You get reimbursed that travel that you did. So ask for that. Make sure you know about that. And guess what? You also get reimbursed for scrubs. Okay? Go buy your figs. Go buy the most expensive scrubs you want. Get reimbursed for it. Or buy the cheapest scrubs, and you have so many, and you get reimbursed for it. Okay, I hope this is helping, because I didn't know this stuff. So I'm just being authentic and open and straightforward with you guys, so you guys can know all these things. All right, so another pro is you're meeting new people, you're meeting new places, you're getting out of your comfort zone, and you're also gaining confidence in yourself. You're going to different facilities, you're learning how different facilities work. Not every facility works the same, so you're gaining knowledge, you're gaining confidence. I don't know any other job that gives you that. If you do know, then let me know. We'll talk. No, just kidding. When I first moved out to Monterey, Cali, and I was like, where's the first coffee shop? Where's the first restaurant I could check out? Where's the first hiking place to go? You know, I was flying my drone left and right. Even before going to work, I would go on 40-mile bike rides and then go to work. I don't know what more you want. You don't have to do those things. You can do other things. You can I don't know, go to Pilates or something, or go to hot yoga. Do what you want. Just make sure you show up to work and get paid. Okay? All right. I'm glad we're on the same page, guys. I think that wraps it up. One more thing I want to say is right now is the best time to be a healthcare traveler. Right now is the best time. So don't think about it too much. And if you're a trainee, if you're still a student as a CLS, don't worry. Hey, look, listen, a year flies by very fast, okay? Very fast. I didn't start traveling until I had 3 years, and I didn't know about all these things, okay? I'm just telling you so you can prepare. So when you do have a year experience under your belt, you are ready to change the game. Well, not really change the game, but you are ready to play the game. That's what I'm trying to say. Play the game. All right. If you did find this video valuable, please like the video, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit that notification, the bell, so then you're notified when I release another video. All right, guys. See you next time. Take care.